Alex, a 1-1 draw at Nantwich Town today. I guess it's a point you would have took before the game, but definitely a point you'd have took during when Matt Lees and Matt Craddock had both come off injured during the game as well.
Yeah, um, yeah. I think it is a good point. I thought we'd done really well first half. I think probably first half. I think we had one cleared off the line again. um, we've had sort of Reece has scored a really good goal. We've had moments as well. I think we've had territory. I think we're frustrated them, but I think we countered really well as well. So we brought play up in the middle, which is what we wanted to try and do. We want to try and win the ball back in the middle, and then and then pass forward and run forward as much as what we can. And I think we got us rewards for it in the first half. But massively remember Finn having overly much to do in the first half. And then obviously having to take Leesy off after 35, I think it was, changing shape, and then having to should have taken Matt off at half time. That's my fault. That probably should have realised it wasn't able to carry on. So it's probably a good point. It definitely is a good point, even, but we just need to probably reassess as where we're at with them too. Moving on to Monday.
So what do the injuries look like?
It's hard to tell at the moment. I'm not entirely sure. There's still strength in both, so it's hard to realise sort of how severe they are in lots of ways. But they're not types of players that come off for nothing. So I think that's probably telling, to be honest with you. And then it was Matt's man that scores from the corner 2 minutes after half time. That's on me, completely on me. Should have taken him off. We had a plan for just in case we had to take off that we talked about at half time. I probably should have just done it then. But Matt wanted to carry on. But I think it was just obvious for everyone to see, wasn't it, really, that he wasn't able to carry on. So, yeah, disappointed that the goal went in. But then we had to change shape again and we weathered it. And then we probably had a 15-minute period after we conceded where lads are out of position, subs are coming on. They then grew into the game and they were able to bring the strike force on that they rested today. And we just had a 15-minute period then that we needed to weather, and we have weathered it. And I think that at times last season, and at times probably in pre-season, that we've had poor periods, we've conceded again and again, whereas we didn't. We used as now, so we realised that we had to drop up ball for a bit, and then we grew back into it. And I think then the last 20 minutes of the game, when we brought Shep on, to be honest, and he gave us a new bit of a heartbeat in there, I think we were able to then go and create another couple of opportunities. So, yeah, on the whole, I think it's a point. Finn's he's made one really good save from Saunders down to his left. Other than that, everything were at him, and it weren't backs to the wall for large periods. So, yeah, I think a point would probably fair.
I guess you've obviously with the change in shape and the change in with the two subs for two players gone off injured. George Miller's put another shift in at centre back today, and he's done well against a difficult strike force alongside obviously Jack Grundy. So
Yeah.
a good performance from him today.
Yeah, George was superb, and I think George is reliable in quite a few different positions, and for his size and stature, he does compete, and he had some giants to compete with today. And I thought he did compete for large parts of it. He grew into it. I think he definitely, when he dropped back into centre half, but we did that at Bradford, and for large periods at Bradford, he were very good. And that's the versatility that we recognised in pre-season, that we needed to bring in lads that were versatile, lads that could play different positions, because it makes situations like today a bit more easy to manage, because you can rely on certain people to move into certain positions. So, yeah, really good for him today.
And you made a change today with Ob starting instead of G. Obviously, he sat a couple of games out, but looked effective today, and he forced the keeper into a really good save in the back end of that first half.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Obs, and I think it's easy for players to think, I've been left out, therefore I'm never going to get back in. This is my only chance. I wanted to make it abundantly clear that it's not his only chance. And the reason G's come in and done really well, G's carrying a bit of a knock as well. Obs is fresher. And I said to Obs at the end of the game, I took Obs off, and to be honest, I've sort of reflected on that. I probably should have kept him on. I think I could have grew into the game probably a bit more and stretched teams a bit more, and so that's on me. From that sub perspective, I think we probably should have kept Obs on. But it's good to see Obs smiling again, and that's what I desperately wanted from him. I sort of asked him what he loves doing at football, and he said two things, we'll do them then, and that'll make you smile, and the chances are that'll make you play well. So, yeah, he's done really well today. I think the front line did well. I thought Reece done really well. I thought tirelessly. It's great to see him score again. he's that player, and we've said it enough times. Reece is undoubtedly he's scored 20 plus goals in this league for 3 years running prior to coming to us, and he's just suffered with injuries for large parts. And I think we're now seeing Reece that's really effective. Umar's unfortunate; he was close to get on a couple of things in the box, got onto a header, just couldn't get a good contact on it. So I think we're creating more chances. We're probably creating more opportunities, and we're trying going forward. But it's important that if you can't win, you don't lose, and that's what we've done today. We've dug deep, we've defended resiliently, but we've tried having on break. And I thought Sean's in 93rd. I think it was when Sean's broke. I thought that might have been it, but not to be.
Not to be. Games come thick and fast. We keep saying it. Avro, you get a day's rest, and then straight into Avro at home, which will be another tough game, and sort of exactly what we're getting every week in the league at the moment. So, how do you prepare for that game, and thoughts on what you can do squad wise with a couple more injuries racking up at the moment?
We'll have to assess it. I'm hoping we might have a bit of availability coming back in. But if not, we'll just have to assess it. And to be fair, I don't think a lot of the teams that we've played against this season have been very similar, been very direct. They've played with big men up top. They'll get runners around you. I think a lot of teams are now playing three at the back. I think Avro are playing something similar. I think it's important that you try and that you stay sort of true to your principles and to yourself and stuff, and we don't keep adapting and altering for certain situations. At the end of the day, we're at home. We need to turn up at home. We need to score a goal at home. The squad's well aware of that. But I think we're doing a lot of things right. But Avro will just be another big test. There were 2 really big tests last year, and they're fighting. They're doing really well. I don't know how they've got on today, but they're doing really well at the moment. So yeah, we're doing really well as well, probably without getting some of the results that we deserve. And yeah, it'd be interesting. It'd be great to see a great crowd down there. It'd be great to see Seal Park vibrant and loud and trying to suck that ball into the net maybe. But yeah, I think it'd be really good. And yeah, promising to be. Bank holiday football's never easy. So if you can get a win in that and do 4 points in the weekend, it's a superb win. Superb weekend.
Thanks, Alex.
Cheers, Nathan.